Here's our Friday video. Happy Friday, guys. How was your week? I hope you were doing well. Welcome to another Fan Friday. Now, this week I want to talk about all things Marvel Freaky Fresh. But before that, we have an intro to do. So we are about 2 weeks into Marvel's Freaky Fresh start, and we have started with Avengers #1 last week and Venom #1 this past week. This video is going to be essentially my thoughts on how this fresh start is doing for Marvel so far, and my quick thoughts on both of the books, both spoiler free. So gotta start with how we started it in the first place. That's Avengers #1. Now, I'll admit this one was not my favorite of the bunch. I like the lineup. The lineup's very, very good. You have Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Ghost Rider, but like the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, as well as Doctor Strange and Black Panther. Characters that a lot of people know, whereas also putting in some interesting characters like Robbie Reyes and She-Hulk, but like a more primal She-Hulk. I don't know. She has a really cool scene in there, but I like the lineup a lot. I think it's very interesting. I think it's going to be really cool moving forward. However, with this book, it felt like a lot of #1s that Marvel does, where it's like, oh, this is where we were. Oh, this is where I was. Tony Stark is like, oh, I was in a coma. Thor's like, oh yeah, you remember how my hair's cut because of Thor Ragnarok, and then I'm unworthy to hold my hammer, so I have a new one. That's a thing. Steve's like, oh yeah, you remember when I used to hail Hydra? Like, all that stuff. They're all talking like, oh, this is where we were, this is where we're going, essentially. The story itself felt very disjointed. I was interested in where some people were, but you get like one page for She-Hulk, but like half the book is devoted to the Marvel trifecta. You get a couple pages with Robbie Reyes just randomly showing up saying, hey, this is where I was and this is what my car looks like. Oh, I have a brother. So, I don't know, it was interesting. I like the lineup. I think where the story's going is really, really interesting, because they are playing with some big names and big villains. It's a very big story they're going to be telling, which is good. I think Avengers has to be a big story. You can't have Earth's mightiest heroes banding together to stop a bank robbery, right? It has to be a big world-ending event, and that's what it is promising. So I am interested to pick it up more and more. Luckily, I don't have to wait that long, because the next issue is coming out like in a couple days. So that's awesome. This week marked the brand new Venom story that's going on. Now, this one, oh my goodness gracious. The art is fantastic. The story sucked me in instantly, and I am super interested to see where this is going. I don't want to go into like really anything spoilerly, but you think you know Venom, and really you think Eddie knows Venom, but oh my goodness gracious, this guy comes in and starts asking questions. Like I never thought to know the age of the symbiote. I never thought, what if he had other hosts? Does he even like humans? Does he like the other host better? I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't care to ask, which I guess makes me a terrible fan. I don't know, but oh my goodness gracious, this story asks questions that I didn't know I wanted answers to, and the way that it ends, you're like, what is gonna happen? So I am extremely excited to move on into this Venom story. I know I'm being like really, really vague with it, but that's because I really don't want to spoil a lot that goes into it. But it looks like it's going to be diving deep into the lore of the symbiotes and the Klyntar as a race, as well as our well-known Venom that we've grown to learn and love. So moving forward, there's going to be a lot of #1s, and I'm going to bring them here on Fan Friday. We're going to be getting a lot of #1s coming up in the next couple of months. I'm extremely excited about them, and I know you are too. Black Panther comes at the end of this month. We have like Thor and Iron Man coming in June. So pick these up as they're coming out. Tell me what you think about the #1s and what series you are going to be picking up. Let me know what you think of Marvel's Freaky Fresh start so far in the comments below. Let's get this talk going. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and be sure to check out our Patreon if you want to support us that way. Your love is appreciated. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, I will see you on another episode of Freaky Fresh Friday. I'm gonna eat some pizza. Blah.